There's something stuck up in there.
Whilst anchored in Richardson Bay, we explored Sausalito's waterfront. Along its northern shoreline sits a colourful collection of floating homes, often called the Sausalito houseboat community. What began after World War II as abandoned boats and barges slowly turned into something more. By the 60s and 70s, it became a hub for artists, musicians, and free spirits. People choosing a different way of life right on the water. The homes were handmade, colourful, and completely unique, built with creativity more than rules. Today, areas like Waldo Point Harbour are more organised, but the spirit is still there. A place where life floats a little slower and a little differently. Once a working waterfront and shipbuilding town, Sausalito is also known for its relaxed coastal vibe, waterfront views, and Mediterranean-style charm. With hillside homes, marinas, and views stretching across to the Golden Gate Bridge, it's one of the most scenic spots in the bay. Sausalito is a mix of history, art, and seaside living, all set against the backdrop of the water. So these guys out here are actually training. They went in that boat for the first time to train to row over to Hawaii. It was time to start heading south again, but that meant we could sail back under the Golden Gate Bridge, while this time it's a different experience in the fog than when we had arrived. Just raised the anchor. Had good holding in that mud there, showing we don't have a deck wash. Rinse all this mud off. But yeah, we're off in for this fog. Some fun's actually behind here, but you can't see it. But we're going to go around this point here, out back under the bridge, and head to Santa Cruz. As we slip beneath the Golden Gate Bridge, the world turns to fog. The shoreline fades, the horizon disappears, and then a horn. It's low and close, somewhere nearby, but nowhere to be seen. It echoes across from San Francisco Bay, a reminder of how small you really are out there. And just like that, the ocean takes over. Then out of the grey, a blow, then another, the dark shapes rising, then gone again beneath the surface. This is the edge of San Francisco Bay, where the wild Pacific begins. Reached right here. There he is. maybe. So this will go again, but it's breached. It was a proper breach, like up.
Yeah. I see the splash.
Yeah. Let's check the bloody marine.
If you went up like that, it's probably
Oh. See that? Got him. Oh wait, it's caught on this. It was a long day of motor sailing as the night fell and we took turns on the helm. All wrapped up. What's the time? 11 p.m. 10. Oh, okay. We should arrive in Santa Cruz at about 11:30. All being well. Obviously, we're going to want to go straight to bed, so I've already made the bed up. The fire is on. Where is the fire? There's the fire. Fire is on, and yeah, it's been fine. Just not enough wind to actually sail, which could be worse. Could be worse scenario. So we did have luckily just as the sun set, we're within minutes before the sun going completely dark. The whisker pole holding out our Genoa actually came off the Genoa. Made a big crash, but luckily there's enough lights and Bill went out there and reattached it, and since then it's been fine. Then we did have to put it away anyway because of the lack of wind, so motor into the anchorage and get a good night's sleep, I think. We entered Santa Cruz with a welcome party of sea lions on the pier. A little scrubber dub. Back in Santa Cruz. So I'm going for a walk around Santa Cruz. A lovely sunny day. But we're off to pick up my hard drive because unfortunately it broke and has the click of death, and unless I pay thousands, it's the only way to get it fixed. I have to go to a cleaning factory. So right now that's not an option. So we're just on the way to the shop to go and pick it up, and I'll keep hold of it maybe when we're somewhere else that might be cheaper or when I can afford to do that. So I've got some of our footage on and a lot of my personal stuff, which is a bit of a bum, but it's one of those things. Just a reminder, back up your files, because I did not.
Use the cloud.
Use the cloud.
Solid state drive.
Yes. Yeah, apparently, being on the, well, obviously is true. Oh, it's an acorn. The movement of the boat isn't very good for HDD drives. So they've got like a little actual hard disk in them that is red, so that's why SSDs are better to have a solid state drive because it reads to a chip rather than to a disc, and they can withstand more movement and knocks and bangs. So I've gone and bought a new one, so all future footage and everything from now can go on there. So there we go, lessons learnt there. So yeah, going for a walk, got a big gulp, got a nice coffee, get our steps in.
It'll take you
go
over
back and
there,
forth.
and then it goes
There's a free
down.
water taxi to help you cross the marina from where the dinghy dock is here. Oh, it comes in that way.
Over the sort of southwest coast of there. It's actually chilly.
We went on some of the coast.
Today we spent the day on the rides. Along the coast of Santa Cruz, the Santa Cruz Beach boardwalk brings shoreline to life. Bright lights, ocean air, and the sound of rides rolling just steps from the sand. Opened in 1907, it's one of the oldest seaside amusement parks in the US, and one of the few that's still right on the beach. It's home to classic rides like the historic Giant Dipper, along with arcade games and the unmistakable boardwalk energy. From the thrill of the rides to the calm of the oceans beside it, this place blends excitement with nostalgia, a true California classic. Absolutely soaked.
You go worse than me.
So
Using the front seat we go.
Nice cool down though, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's needed.
Built in 1924, this wooden roller coaster has been thrilling riders for over a century. It climbs, creaks and drops with the old classic feel. Fast, loud and just a little unpredictable. A true icon of Santa Cruz, and a reminder that some rides never go out of style. IRS has arrived. During our time here, we took the bus to the neighbouring town of Capitola for the day. You can see more of the town and the neighbouring cities in our previous RV trip on our channel. You can find the link in our description below.
So heading for next.
To five knots over ground. We've got about 7 knots of wind with us.
That's for where we actually get there to celebrate.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And a special thank you to our YouTube members and Patreons, helping us to keep sailing along.